Hi, it's Sherri from A Quilting Life, and I'm here today with my January Challenge project update. I was so excited to see all of the excitement that so many of you had about these monthly challenges. And so I got busy and got working on my project. And another thing I found in the comments on the blog and in the YouTube is that a lot of you asked for an update. And I thought that was a great idea. If we can hold ourselves accountable because other people know that we're working on a project and update our progress, then we're more likely to succeed. So today I'm going to show you what I've gotten done so far. We're at about the midpoint of the month, and I actually started more projects than the one I told you I was going to start. So we'll put the camera down on the table and I'll show you what I've been working on. Okay, so I'm just going to update you with what I've decided to do. It took me a little while to figure out what I was going to do with these fabrics. I love them so much, but I finally decided on a fun charm pack pattern, and I will share that with you when I get this quilt finished. So I needed to cut my fabrics into charm squares. So I needed 100 charm squares, and I've got, and I kind of did about, maybe 20% with the lighter fabrics and about 80% the darker. So hopefully it's a good mix. So I cut my charm squares. From some of my leftovers, I cut binding strips. Remember I told you I was going to do a scrappy binding. So I've got lots of binding strips, and then I've still got left over kind of a big piece of this. So I'll cut this into binding strips as well, and there will be more of the dark in my binding. I still have a few extra charm squares and some extra strips if I need them, and an extra piece of this. But I think I'm just going to use a solid Bella Ivory 990060 is what I think I'm going to use for my sashing. We'll kind of see as it comes together. But that's my plan right now. But what I also wanted to share with you today is that while I was trying to decide what to do with this, I found some other scraps and actually made a bit of progress on them too. I think that's kind of the benefit that comes from doing a challenge like this, is that you might find other things. So I found some charm squares from the Bonnie and Camille at Home collection in the blues and the greens. And I have this favorite scrappy table runner pattern I've been making a lot lately. And so I actually got those squares cut up and pieced into the table runner. Now the pattern doesn't call for a border, and I really wanted this bigger to put on my table. And so I added a border. So if you just need about 1/3 of a yard to add a border for this, I'll link the pattern so you'll know. But this is the interesting thing. My border did not come from this collection. This is actually from the Harvest Road collection by Vanessa Gertzen of Lila Boutique. And I had some of her scraps out, wondering what to do with them, and realized that it would coordinate beautifully with these Bonnie and Camille fabrics. So I got this done, and I was so excited about this finish that then I realized, you know what? I've never made a table runner with our Balboa fabrics, and I just love Balboa. I've made probably almost 10 quilts with it, but hadn't made a runner. So I just did the same thing. I took a charm pack, so this wasn't really from my scraps, but I took a charm pack, pieced the runner together, and then I did, from my scraps, cut the border. I decided I really liked having this runner a little bit bigger, and so I was able to find some scraps from this light print for my border. So I'm super excited with these two finishes. I feel like I wouldn't have done these if I hadn't started the January challenge. And then I just want to show you one more that I've started. Maybe I'll get it done by the end of the month, hopefully. But I decided that I also wanted to do a 3rd table runner with some project leftovers that I had from a Farmhouse Gatherings quilt in my Labor of Love quilt book. I did a gorgeous 9-patch quilt with these fabrics by Lisa Bonjean, and I had quite a bit of scraps left over actually. So I cut these into tumbler shapes, and I've started my tumbler table runner. I've got 2 rows done. I think it will have about 12 rows, and I haven't decided yet if I'm going to add a border to this one or not. So, but I feel like I've made pretty good progress with my scraps this month. Hopefully I'm taking these over to the quilter soon, and we'll hopefully have these 2 quilted and ready to show you when we check in for the February challenge. Okay, so that's my mid-month project update. I'm super excited to be getting these things accomplished. I hope you are too. I hope you're working on at least one. You don't have to do any more than one. Just work on the one that you started at the beginning of the month. Or if you started something and it got a little overwhelming, start something else now. There's still plenty of time. And I'll be back during the beginning of February to share my finishes and also to give you the February challenge. If you like this video, hit the like button, share it with a friend, and also hit the bell to be notified of new videos. Thanks so much for stopping by.